Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, huh? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I was scrolling through YouTube, watching my favorite content creators as one does, and I was watching a Fither video, the one he made. I'll link it somewhere because it's the inspiration for this whole topic, where he had the president AIs debating Persona. At the very end, they were talking about how Devil Survivor was good. Devil Survivor is good. Devil Survivor 1, specifically Overclocked, is my favorite fucking game of all time. But at the very end, they were talking and saying, oh, Devil Survivor 3, when? And so I got to thinking, huh, what would a Devil Survivor 3 look like? So I whipped up this thumbnail, sat down in front of my computer, and pressed record. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about what Devil Survivor 3 would look like, or I guess things I would like to see in Devil Survivor 3. And see, discussions like this are a little hard, at least for me, because, it's something about like getting your hopes up, especially for a less popular series in the Megami Tensei franchise as Devil Survivor. You have people talking about the main line, and you have people talking about Persona. Devil Survivor is not as popular, despite the fact that a lot of content creators I've seen basically herald it as like some of the best games in the series. Like, yeah, I've seen Fither talk about it. I've seen Gnarly talk about it. I've talked about it. That was a really shitty video. I was considering redoing that because I was rewatching it recently to try and like remember how I did these videos. It was awful. But yeah. So these kind of things are a little hard to talk about, especially for something as not popular as Devil Survivor, because you don't want to throw something out there and then have it be like, "Oh, this is like super far fetched. Like, there's no way that Devil Survivor would do this." I like to just get into it, see where the dice may roll and all that. The one thing I'd like to see from or in New Devil Survivor, if there would be one, is something borrowed from Persona. I think the idea of social links and confidants work very well in a Devil Survivor setting. Not necessarily the way they are in Persona, not necessarily like, oh, you get bonuses whenever you fuse demons of the vile race. Like, obviously it would need to be reworked, but I think the concept of being rewarded for spending time with characters is nice, because Devil Survivor already does that. You're rewarded with like going down different paths and all that, um, for siding with certain characters, for saving certain characters and not saving others. You're rewarded with such a diverse range of gameplay for doing these things, as you are with a lot of Megami Tensei games, but Devil Survivor especially adds like that extra flair, excuse me, that no other Megami Tensei game really has. Unlike SMT, it's not just like hard law, hard chaos, and like hard neutral. It's like, like maybe God is kind of a dick, but we can work with it. Or it's like, yeah, like Lucifer, he kind of fucking sucks. I'm gonna be Demon King. I'm gonna fight God. Fuck Lucifer. He can shove it up his. I'm the new ruler of hell, and I'm gonna wage war on God and win. Because at the end of Devil Survivor 1, if you go with the chaos ending, um, you get like a note from Abel. I can't remember her name, but the two like friends, because it's been a while since I played Devil Survivor, the two like main friends get like a note from Abel being like, "Hey, yeah, uh, my war with God's going well. We're pushing back his forces now," and like it's cool because you get a variety of shit in between, and I think having things like social links or confidants to sort of further incentivize spending time with these characters who are well written already. So you already want to spend time with them. But now, like, now you can give me, I don't know, fucking. Uh, I was trying to think of like what demons Naoya. I'm pretty sure his name was Naoya. It's like I said, it's been so long. What like demons Naoya use, but I can't remember. But it's like yeah, like oh hey, siding with Jin and Haru and talking to them more gives me like a a better cooperation with them on the field. Like if I take Jin or Haru out, they'll and this is going to go into another point that I would like to get into afterwards. But you know, like they'll have like maybe like attacks, like combo attacks or something, or maybe they can like combo off. You know, Devil Survivor is a tactical RPG. You know, the likes of Advance Wars or Fire Emblem. So why not make things like pincer attacks a thing? This is going into that second point. You know, things like to ramp up the main gameplay. Like, yeah, the main gameplay is inside them when you have the mini SMT like fights, but to I mean, it'd be good to spruce up the tactical side, you know, positioning and all that. You know, make positioning matter more. A good example of this is something like uh, the only thing that comes up to my head is Digimon Survive, but a better example I think, if I recall correctly, because it's been a while since I played this game too, is Pokemon Conquest. You know, where you like stop looking in one direction, and I know this wasn't Digimon Survive. You get hit from the side, you take bonus damage because you were careless. You left your flank open, and uh, that kind of challenging gameplay is very rewarding. And I know Survive wasn't challenging because that game was pretty easy, but with an SMT game, some with their ability to make challenging content, that would be great. You know, you have to position better. You have to be more careful of your surroundings, and it just would make for an all-around tighter game. I feel than just oh, I don't have to worry about this, or oh, I want to keep at range. I'll just use a vial or a dragon so I don't gotta fucking worry about anything. Another thing I'd like to see uh, is a lot more new demons, because you do get a lot of Kaneko's design in uh, Devil Survivor 1 and 2, but I'd like to see some of the new designs. Uh, Something that comes to my mind, I know this one's more of a unique thing, but a design in Persona that I thought was really cool, and I don't think this was Kaneko design. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Is Maria from Persona 5 Royal. Like, it's such a cool design. Like, I can't remember who's making the new designs, but he has a lot of talent with, you know, what he's been doing. And I think that it's a very welcome addition to it. Odin is another one that has a very good new design from the redesigns. It's just quality essentially, and not to say that Conoco's art isn't quality, because it absolutely is, but new quality is something that's always welcome. It's always fresh to see new things, and you know, if you're gonna spruce up the action of the gameplay, you might as well throw in some new demon designs as well. You know, get a mix of both old and modern would be very nice. That way you're not leaving one completely without the other. uh Another thing I'd like to talk about is the demon auction, because you know you gotta talk about the demon auction anytime you're talking about Devil Survivor. Completely unique mechanic to Devil Survivor. I've only ever seen one game do anything like it, and that's of all things, Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I've never actually played Hacker's Memory. I've seen my friend play it for a little bit, and you know, there's a place where you can buy Digimon. Same thing here. You can auction for demons, and Uh, Something that I think would help streamline it a little bit, and this is purely my gamer brain being like, oh, I want to grind more. I want to grind more because I love grinding in RPGs. Oddly enough, I know that makes sense to no one ever, but I have a certain sense of joy grinding in RPGs. You know, just setting on a YouTube video or some music and just playing the day away, going through the motions. It's cathartic for me in a sense. Um, but the issue with that in Devil Survivor is that when it comes free time, and then you go to like a devil auction and all that, uh, there's not really a variety of demons. You know, the variety of demons only really comes when you hit certain points of the story, which, you know, makes sense, completely understand. But I wish the Devil Auction had more variety in its sections, because once you hit a certain point, you know, it's just like, oh, here are the devils for the devil auction, demons for the devil auction. Here's the demons for the demon auction, and it just starts to feel a little stale. There's a point where I really stop using it, except for the special demons. You know, the ones like have. I could just be making this up. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Uh, you know, the ones that have like special things, like, oh yeah, you can get like this demon with this special skill in the demon auctions. Was like, yeah, cool. But then like it just kind of ends up being pointless in the end, because it's just like why, whenever I could fuse my fucking pixie into something better, you know, like why focus on getting this like EM from the demon auction when I can just fuse one better. And I know that's the whole point of it, is that for the fusion auction to not or the demon auction to not replace fusion, but I want it to be more valuable all the way through. You know, being like, oh, like, hey, here you can get a demon's. Excuse me again. You can get demons on the cheap. You know, demons that are pretty hard to find. You know, like, have a chance of throwing in rare demons, because uh I don't know, like, do something like how SMT4 has a lot of like upgrade systems. You know, has the comp upgrade systems for the application points, I think it was called. How you could upgrade different things to, you know, talk to demons, or you know, have demons that join your side, do this or do that. It's a lot better to just give the player more options in any sense. And I think by having the auction be more useful, be more intrinsic in the experience of Devil Survivor, not only will it help carve its identity a little better compared to things like Persona or mainline SMT, but it would just make going to the auction a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more like going to an actual store, being like, oh, hey, I wonder what's on sale today. You know, when you're going to a grocery store picking up stuff, you like to go and see, hey, this is on sale. Nice. I needed this anyways. So just going into and being like, hey, there's this Tau tea on sale, and it has like Megadolian. Normally it only earns like Megido or Megidola. So let's pick that shit up. But as it is now, it's fine, it's serviceable, it's definitely unique, but it could definitely be a little better, I feel. Now, the last thing that I want from a Devil Survivor 3 potential is to just have good characters. I know that's a very blanket statement to make, but uh, Devil Survivor 1, like I've said a million times before, my favorite game of all time. And it's mostly because of the characters. Like, I know I've been struggling to remember the names of characters for a while now, but I still remember like who they are. Like, I visually see them in my head. I visually know what they act like, and they've left that sort of impact on me as a person. The game changed my thought process, not only on SMT games, but on games in general. It really made me feel more for games, and just mostly JRPGs, because that I already loved them to begin with, but added a newfound appreciation. So I want another Devil Survivor, if there is to be one, to have that same kind of quality of character, something that makes me feel like they're uh, uh they're worth caring about. Devil Survivor 2 didn't really do that for me. I remember EO was just kind of okay to me, and along with the rest of the cast, it was just okay. It wasn't anything that caught my fancy, I suppose you could say. But yeah, that's been my 16 minute discussion on Devil Survivor and what I'd like to see from a third Devil Survivor game. Uh, you know what to do. You can hit the buttons if you'd like. I will be doing a lot more of these discussion videos. I got a lot more planned out about a shit ton of shitty topics. So stay tuned. Enjoy. Later.